Good morning. Our group is made up of Karen Rodriguez, Alejandro Urquijo, and David Hill. We are going to present Italy's largest mafia trial against Ndrangheta, where Ndrangheta is a criminal organization in Italy, whose predominant area of activity is Calabria. The Ndrangheta has become the most powerful criminal element in Italy and Europe since the 1990s. In Italy's largest trial, there were 355 defendants, including members of the Mafia, political leaders, police officers, and businessmen, indicted for a wide and varied list of crimes committed since 1990 as murders, drug trafficking, extortion, money laundering, and abuse of power. There, the connection with politics, businessmen, official, corrupt agents, and the relationship of the Mancuso family were revealed. In addition, she is the owner of Calabria. There she reaches all corners of society and obtains all public tenders for town halls, hospitals, cemeteries, and even the courts. It is so important in Italy that where the state fails, the clan appears investing millions of euros in health and in the construction of new hotels for tourism that create hundreds of jobs. The Ndrangheta, which has grown, rich, and expanded thanks to drug trafficking and extortion, has managed to enter the corporate world, founding shell companies to launder its illegal profits in the legal economy. The Ndrangheta in Calabria is made up of some 150 families or clans, which once numbered 6,000 members. Gratteri, the prosecutor in charge of the trial, has made accusations such as the Ndrangheta is the richest organization in the world, and what is the most impressive is the power of the Mancuso clan, which managed to rub shoulders with the state entities, which were literally at its disposal.
Event message. I would like to begin by saying that this great event generates a strong impact on the part of the Italian government and institutions against the Ndrangheta mob, and also with the other Italian and foreign mobs. The main message is that after several years of struggle, the results are finally being achieved in this conflict. It is important to expose the organizational structure of the mafias, most of which forge links with political entities and institutions, which act corruptly to make things easier for this illegal group in order to obtain their economic interest and other elements. Second, this event helps to reduce the power generated by the mobsters, which essentially comes from their relationships with high political positions and with big businessmen, whether from Italy or from other countries, since the great corruption by governments and companies is dismantled. In addition, it will affect to economic and social capital that they have, to force ties and build networks with various agents in order to facilitate all operations. Finally, this event will be important to reduce crimes, and all the crimes carried out not only by Ndrangheta, but by other existing mobs or mafias. In addition, it helps to reduce the interconnections between these groups. Time events. Ndrangheta achieved its modern formed at the time of the unification of Italy in 1861, but it became known in the 1970s, a time when its main activity was kidnapping. So it was seen as a less sophisticated version, since in Italian legislations it appears as a mafia only in 2010. In 1986, Italy tried hundreds of suspected gangsters in Palermo, thus beginning the decline of the most popular criminal organizations in Sicily. That trial impacted numerous mafia clans, mainly the Mancuso clan. In 1990, a large and varied list of crimes occurred, many of them bloody, committed by businessmen, politicians, and other members of the mafia that include murder, drug trafficking, extortion, money laundering, and abuse of powers. In this decade, the criminal organizations reached a dominant positions in European cocaine market, dealing directly with producers groups in South America. In 2018, one of his most recent and high-profile crimes occurred when the BBC investigated the murder of a 27-year-old journalist who was concluding an investigation for a news site about a scope related to Ndrangheta. However, the pressman could not conclude it, because the investigation cost him his life and that of his girlfriend. Finally, the most relevant fact that becomes an event is the trial against Ndrangheta that is currently being present.
The Mancuso family has been charged with expanding the group and its illicit activities around the world, mainly in America, where Salvatore Mancuso, a former paramilitary chief in Colombia, had an Italian family and great contacts for drug trafficking between Europe and America. Therefore, which was the main axis of communication. Ndrangheta was able to make drug laboratories in Colombia thanks to him, and business was always in his charge. Even while in jail, he continued with the drug business.
Scenarios. The Colombians they have links with Ndrangheta, but growing demand for cocaine in Europe needed new sources of supply. Against their relationship with the Mexican cartels, the logistics were as follows: the Zetas purchased cocaine to Peruvians and Bolivians producers. From there, they transported it to New York, where Calabria took over and sent indirectly to Europe through import boats of bananas and other agricultural products from Ecuador. The final destination was the port of Gioia Tauro in Calabria, famous not only for the high level of corruption of this personnel, but also for its strategic location in the heart of the Mediterranean. Let us conclude by saying that this trial will end the great empire imputed by the Mancuso family in Italy. They will settle accounts against politicians, policemen, and corrupt public officials, and they will be announced that justice in Kengai. This day must urgently modify a law to help the population most affected in its territory by the presence of the Mafia. New the Thailand state has the opportunity to set a strong measure to organize crime, the development of the first macro trial of the Ndrangheta needs to be followed closely, as it will probably mark the future history of Italy.